Ah, agora tô vendo.
Seconds into the flight. Now it's a 3 minutes, 20 seconds, 5 minutes, 20 seconds from now. That is a view on board. Here comes the fairing. Watch the fairing separate. There it is. So the spacecraft is now exposed to space. The fairing will be recovered today by one of the SpaceX ships called Doug. There are, Bob. There are two fairing recovery ships, Bob and Doug, named after the first two astronauts to fly on the Falcon 9, and that is Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley. Now, on the left-hand side, you're going to see that there'll be some landing burns coming up as the ship is without power going down. We'll have some landing burns. There are 3 engines out of the 9 that'll be used to do that. You'll be able to see that happen as well. And again, the landing occurs today, 8 minutes 42 seconds after launch. So about 4 minutes and 20 seconds from now. So the booster again is just following a path of rock as it's going through the atmosphere, turning around. Now on the left-hand side, you can see where we are, what our speed is in kilometers per hour and in kilometers in height. So 124 kilometers right now. On the right-hand side, the second stage engine's continuing to burn. That burn today will be 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, if you'll notice on the left-hand side where it says 122 right now, that is the altitude, just doing roughly in my head about 72 miles up, you'll notice that number continuing to go down. That's as it's getting closer to that landing ship, and the landing ship is just read the instructions. Okay, we've switched to a full screen of the second stage. You'll notice the second stage velocity continued to increase, 162 kilometers up right now. Speed coming up on 13,650 kilometers per hour. You can see the Earth just to the east of us, much better weather over the Atlantic. Altitude now coming up on 100 kilometers, about 62 miles.
20 miles or 680 kilometers east of Cape Canaveral.
landing now 2 minutes 24 seconds from now. You'll see some of the trajectory, or I should say some of the small purges of the rocket as we continue to go down, small little adjustments in its trajectory. The three main engines will come on, or three of the main engines, 3 out of the 9 engines will come on at 8 minutes 19 seconds. That'll be a very, very noticeable event from the camera. Notice how fast the altitude is decreasing. Now it's 64 kilometers. There's the part of that landing burn, or one of the adjustment burns.
View now of the entry burn underway on the left-hand side of your screen. 3 engines firing at the bottom of the first stage. You can see that velocity meter slowing down as it re-enters the atmosphere.
About 1 minute 15 until landing. About 1 minute remains in the first burn of the second stage engine.
Remaining in the second stage burn. Also about the same amount of time remaining until first stage landing. Confirmation verbally of shutdown of the upper stage engine right on time to reach your parking orbit with Nilesat 301.
Our altitude's about 4 miles right now. I'm hoping they'll switch back to the onboard camera on the first stage. They usually have a good view of the landing ship.
It's burn, standing by for first stage landing.
That's a view of the landing barge. So let's just read the instructions. Hopefully you'll be able to see the landing in just a few seconds.
Verbal confirmation of a good stage 1 landing. We're going to hope to see that in this view from the drone ship with a little bit of latency here.
Okay, the landing has already occurred. We're just waiting for the film to catch up with it.
Looks like the video is frozen.
Oh, and there it is on the ship.
On the drone ship, booster number 7th flight. Dating back to its debut in November 2020.
Bob Benkin and Doug Hurley. Now on the left-hand side, you're going to see that there'll be some landing burns coming up as the ship is without power going down. We'll have some landing burns. There are 3 engines out of the 9 that'll be used to do that. You'll be able to see that happen as well. And again, the landing occurs today, 8 minutes 42 seconds after launch. So about 4 minutes and 20 seconds from now. So the booster again is just following a path of rock.